on the newest signing for the team?
Yeah, obviously really exciting from all accounts, and from I've watched him plenty. One of the best, if not right now, the best prospect outside the NHL maybe. So certainly an exciting time. I think when you see, a guy like, Timmy coming along the way he does, and then you could see a guy like Sanderson, who's 2 picks behind him. It's going to take time, like everyone else, but I think he's going to be a special player.
And I know focus is this week, but when you think of the possibility of maybe the last 2 weeks of the season with Pinto, with Shabbat, with Jake, get you excited about that as well?
For sure it does. And there's been a lot of work, put into a lot of tough nights, with these young guys, some good ones as well. But you want to get them all together. And unfortunate from injuries and what have you, we haven't been able to. But, even if it's for 2 games, and that doesn't guarantee anything. I mean, this league's hard. It's hard to win 1 game. But just to get them together and see what the kind of the future looks like. Now, if you all work and you all do it right and you commit to it, you've got a chance to do something special.
Would the plan be sometime this week to get Sogaard in the nets?
Yeah, I'm going to get him a start. Just a matter of what game it is, and make sure, we're not putting him in a bad spot. But all accounts, he's been their best player down there. He's given them a chance to win every night. And he's a guy that is a huge part, we think, of the future. And, I think it's good to reward him with a game.
Back to Sanderson for a minute. How much will being around this group help him in the next, I guess it's going to be month anyways?
Well, the mental part's probably just as much as the physical and the game part at this point. Getting to know your teammates, feeling comfortable coming to the arena, feeling comfortable, in practices, talking to guys, because it's hard when you don't know the guys and you don't feel comfortable to play your best. So, can we get them acclimatized to this group and to the trainers and to everyone involved, so that, much like Pinto, unfortunate for his injury, but you get to know the guys so you're comfortable when you come here next year.
Just on Matt Murray was out this morning with equipment on. Is that his first game with equipment?
No, it's his second or third. He's been out there. Now, I didn't talk to Berkey if he went with pucks or not. He hadn't used pucks yet, so we'll see if he went with pucks today or not. But there's no timetable at this point or rush to get him in.
But it's certainly, I would guess it's looking better for him, right?
For sure. I mean, you would think with amount of games we'd have left that it looks like he's progressing to the point where he can get back and play.
How much will help, like you have Sogaard here, how much will having him and Gus kind of go at it for the starting job in Belleville down the stretch help both of them?
Well, for sure. I mean, the NHL or hockey or sport in general is all about compete. And the best players have to be, the best players play. And whoever they decide is going to be the guy will be the guy. So, I mean, obviously, they both have their strengths in their own way. But, all over the league it's happening. Prospects are taking on other prospects, and eventually 1 or 2 of them make it up to the NHL, and that's the same for them.
What do you like the most about Sanderson from what you've seen?
Well, his ability to his detail away from the puck is superior to a lot of young kids coming into the league, and you can credit that to a lot of things. Obviously, he's had good coaching growing up, because you see guys come out and have good coaches, but they don't grasp it as much. He's had obviously good coaching, but I think there's something has to be said for his dad playing in the NHL and him being around hockey his whole life. He grasps it at another level. And then his ability to skate, make plays, pass pucks, but also defend is something that I think would excite anybody.
They always say it takes more time for a defenseman to get adjusted to the NHL life and all that stuff. It takes more games. But you feel playing NCAA, maybe the step is maybe a less steep for guys coming in?
Well, I don't know what league is, gets you more ready. The American Hockey League gets you more ready because our league plays 3 or 4 games a week. College plays 2. So, it's not mimicking the NHL. So there's good players, there's older players there that he's played against. But the biggest thing for him is getting in practice with these guys. And like I said, I think one of the biggest reasons when I say his dad, played in the NHL is he grew up around it. He's not going to be in shock. I think that has something to do with why a guy like Norris, excelled a little quicker. Drake Batherson, Brady, all these guys, their dads played pro or played in the NHL. They're not in shock going into the surroundings. And for whatever reason, maybe they grasp it a little quicker.
A little further to that, I know he's out hurt right now, but how does having like a guy like Shane Pinto here kind of help Jake, fit in even quicker, especially since he's obviously never been to Ottawa since he's been drafted?
Well, you've already played with a guy, so he's going to live with him when he comes here to start. And Pince has got to know everybody here, so he's going to kind of look after him. But we've got such a young group and such a good group of kids that they all know what it feels like to be the new guy in the room, and they're not far removed from it. I mean, I think you find sometimes you get some older veterans, and when I say that, Nick Holden is not that guy. He's still jokes around in that room like he's 20 years old. But you get some older guys that maybe forget what it's like to walk into that room, for the first time. And you've got Timmy, and you got Norris, and you got Batherson. You got all these kids that are there with you that are going to help you through it. And obviously knowing Pince will help.